Jan friends, today's defense news is about the recent action of Indian Navy in Indian Ocean region. Recently, Indian ship INS Visakhapatnam have saved the life of crew that board on a oil tanker Marlin Lunda, and that tanker was attacked by Houthi rebel in Gulf of Aden. This is this bright side of the Indian Navy, that Indian Navy become a synonym of protection, free and open Indo-Pacific. Let's know more about Indian Navy. And officially, Indian Navy was founded on 26 January 1950. But as India is one of the ancient civilizations, the use of ship and marine has been traced to the Indus Valley civilization, to the Chola duration, and to modern day Shivaji Maharaj. And talking about the strength of Indian Navy is around 64,000 active personnel and 50,000 are reserve personnel. That is the not the exact statistics, but as per the Wikipedia, that is the figure that known in public domain. The motto of Indian Navy is Shah no Varuna. That means, may the Lord of water be auspicious to you, unto us. And we celebrate Navy Day on 4th December because on this day our Navy has teach a valuable lesson to the one of our neighbor, that don't put your nose in the internal or any affair of India. I want to know what is the name of that enemy, that neighbor country. Friends, talking about the command and structure of Indian Navy, the headquarters of Indian Navy is New Delhi, and the Western Command is in Mumbai, the Southern Command is in Kochi, Eastern Command is in Visakhapatnam, and there is an integrated command in Port Blair. Friend, here is the rank structure of Indian Navy. Let's know about the non-commissioned rank to the commissioned rank. And the first position and the first entry for in the Indian Navy is seaman second, seaman first, that is equivalent to the sepoy and lance nayak in the army, and aircraftmen and leading aircraftmen in the air force. Then the leading seaman, which is equal to the nayak and equal to the Indian Air Force to the corporal, PT officer, havaldar and sergeant. Then move on to the junior commissioned ranks. First rank in that category is the chief petty officer, that is equivalent to the naib subedar, junior warrant officer. Then master petty officer second class, that is subedar and warrant officer. Then is master petty officer first class, subedar major, then master warrant officer. Then come to the commissioned rank that are filled with the help of entry like NDA, FCAT, OTA, and some of the NCC direct entries. First one is the sub-lieutenant, then it equal to the lieutenant in Indian Army and flying officer in the Indian Air Force. Then lieutenant, that is equal to the captain in Indian Army and flying lieutenant in the Indian Air Force. Lieutenant commander, which is equal to the major in Indian Army, and squadron leader to the Indian Air Force. One question in examination of this defense exam or in any other exam is a very favorite question of examiner, and that is squadron leader is equivalent to the rank of Indian Army is major and in lieutenant commander in Indian Navy. Then commander, which is equal to the lieutenant colonel and wing commander. Then captain, which is equal to the colonel and group captain. Then commodore, which is equal to the brigadier and air commodore. Then a rear admiral, major general, vice marshal, vice admiral, lieutenant general, air marshal. Then admiral, one of the key position that actually hold all the responsibility of Indian Navy, equivalent to the general. Then air chief marshal. I want to know who are the honorable person hold these position. Please let me know. Then first one is admiral of the fleet, field marshal, marshal of Indian Air Force. Friend, so far these are the positions that are rarely conferred to the any defense personnel. In Navy, no one has ever been to the position of admiral of the fleet. On the field marshal in Indian Army, Field Marshal Sen Manekshaw and KM Karyappa, Field Marshal KM Karyappa have been conferred to this position. And in Indian Air Force, Field Marshal of the Indian Air Force is Arjun Singh ji, and these are the position and hierarchy. I hope you got some clarity on this rank structure. Now talking about the fighter jet and the weaponry of Indian Navy. The main fighter that Indian Navy right now is using is MiG-29. Here is the question: why Indian Navy has using fighters? Because it maybe has the responsibility of Indian Air Force to strengthen and protect the Indian sky. Friend, every force, in whether it is Army or Navy, has their own unit of aircraft and the helicopter to support them. Although we have Air Force, but they have their some requirement for their own unit. Helicopter is Dhurva, KA-28, KA-31, Sea King, MK-42C, UH-3 Sea King, Cheetah, Sikorsky MH-60R. Utility helicopter that can be used for multiple purpose is Dhurva. And for patrolling, we have Boeing P-8 Poseidon, Dornier 228, Britain Norman BN-2. For reconnaissance, we have IAI Huron, IAI Searcher Mk2, Journal Atomic MQ-9B Sea Garden. For training our future officers, we have BAI Hawk, HAL XGT-16, Pipistrel Virus, and MiG-29 KBU. Friend, here is the naval exercise of Indian Navy, which regularly conduct to strengthen their power, to increase their cooperation with the nearby navy or friendly countries. In these exercises, there are some very important and frequently asked in the examination, and let's see that exercises. First one is Varun, that we conduct with the French Navy. First edition was in 1983 and lately in 219, and this question can be asked in the examination because recently French President Emmanuel Macron is the chief guest of India's Republic Day, and so keep extra focus on this point. Second is the Malabar, that we conduct with the US Navy and the Quad countries. Then the Simbax, that we conduct with the Singapore Navy in Indian Ocean, and IBSAMR, that we conduct with the Brazilian Navy in South African Navy. somewhere with the more BRICS countries. Second is SIMBAX, and we conduct SIMBAX with the Singapore and Thai Navy together. So far we have two exercises. First is SIMBAX and second one is SITMAX. SIMBAX is purely on Singapore Navy, but SITMAX is with three countries. First is Singapore, India and Thailand Navy. Another one is SILNAX, that is we have Indian Navy have exercise with the Sri Lankan Navy, and another one is Nasim Al Bahar, that Indian Navy has with the Oman Navy, and another next one is OS Index, that we have conduct exercise with the Australian Navy, and Jail or Bahar, that Indian Navy has the exercise with the Qatar Navy, and recently we have a diplomatic conversation with Qatar regarding eight Indian Navy personnel, and this question can be asked by giving the name of Jahr al Bahar is the naval exercise that India conduct with Qatar Navy, Oman Navy or Thai Navy. In that point, you should remember about Jahr al Bahar is the Indian naval exercise that Indian Navy conduct and perform with Qatar Navy. Another one is Samudra Shakti, that Indian Navy have practiced with the Indonesian Navy, and another one is Bongo Sagar. This question have been repeatedly asked in many examination. And so let's talk about this exercise Indian Navy perform with the Bangladesh Navy. Another one is Jaya Talwar, that is we have with UAE Navy, and with the UAE we have also the cooperation in the form of I2U2 or IMAC, that is recent development project to transform and connect the Indian economy to the through North America, through Middle East, Europe and North America, US. Last but not least is the Al Muhammad Al Hind exercise that we perform with Saudi Navy. Although Saudi Navy is not much big but significant for the peace, as Saudi is one of key player in the Asia. That's from my side, and as we see, the Indian Navy is regularly known for his commitment, his helping to the needy and to protect the nation, and that's why if there is Indian Navy in the region, there is free and Indo-Pacific and smooth transition of trade and goods. That's from my side. Jai Hind.